In this video, we're going to discuss reference angles. So before attempting this lesson, just make sure you're comfortable with angles in standard position, what the four quadrants are, and then how to find coterminal angles. So a reference angle is a small positive angle between the x-axis and the terminal side of the angle. The terminal side just means the one that's not the positive x-axis. So if I think about some random angle, all right, it looks like this. All right, this is the terminal side, because it's the side that something interesting is happening. And it's the small positive angle between my terminal side and the x-axis, so it's this angle here. So that's the reference angle that I'm talking about. If I drew it in a different quadrant, say my angle was there, then my reference angle is this angle. All right, so it's just finding that smallest positive angle. And we're going to discuss why it's worth doing these reference angles in a little bit. All right, so if you have an angle between 0 and 360, those are kind of our main focus because we can always change an angle to be between 0 and 360. All right, the method for finding your reference angle is going to be a little bit different. All right, so we have four possibilities. We have an angle in the first quadrant. We have an angle in the second quadrant. We have an angle in the third quadrant. And of course, an angle in the fourth quadrant. All right, so what are our reference angles in all these cases? In the first quadrant, the reference angle is just that angle there, but that's actually just the same as the angle itself. So you actually don't have to do anything in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, the reference angle equals the original angle. In the second quadrant, we saw on the last slide, this is the reference angle, that small angle in there. So how can I find that angle? You want to use your straight lines to your advantage. So my blue angle is there, and the reference angle is in black there. And you see if I add together that blue arc and that black arc, it equals a straight line. So the angle I have plus the reference angle equals a straight line, which is 180. So if I just take the angle I have, add the reference angle, which would be like x, I get 180. All right, so that's how you can figure out the reference angle in quadrant 2. In quadrant 3, the reference angle is this little arc there. And if we think about our green arc, right, how can we combine this into a way that makes sense? If you think about the overlap here, right, so there's a little bit of overlap between those. If I were to get rid of that overlap, I would just have the green arc on the top, which is 180. So the way I can think about this is if I take 180 and then I add the little black arc, the reference angle, then I'm going to get the angle. All right, so it's a little bit different than in quadrant 2. Things have moved around a bit, but in quadrant 2, blue plus black equal the straight line. In quadrant 3, the straight line plus the little black piece equal the green part. So you're just thinking about how you can use the 180 to your advantage. That'll help. And in quadrant 4, I have the little reference angles there, and the arc to the angle is there. And you see if you combine the yellow arc to my angle and that little black piece, that equals a full circle. So I'm going to get the reference angle plus the full angle. What should that equal? Well, together they equal a full circle is 360. So these aren't things you have to memorize. Well, I don't have them memorized, but you can kind of like reason through how can I use the reference angle and the angle I have to make some type of equation. All right, so let's see. What's the reference angle for 240? First, I have to draw 240. 240 is between 180 and 270, so it's going to be in quadrant 3. All right, so this is 240. The reference angle is this black arc. And I know if I take the straight line, the half a circle 180, and I add my reference angle, then that's going to give me the green angle 240, right? The half, the 180, plus the little black part, the reference angle, together those give me the full green angle 240. I subtract 180 from both sides and I get 60. So my reference angle is 60 degrees. All right, what's the reference angle for 305? 305 is between 270 and 360, or yeah, 270 and 360, so it's in quadrant 4. And my reference angle is that small angle there. And this is the one where you can see that together they create a full circle. So 305 degrees plus my reference angle I don't know equals 360. subtract 305 from the other side, and I see I get 55 degrees. All right, so my reference angle in this case is 55 degrees. All right, what about with a negative angle? There's a few different ways you could do this. You could just draw the negative angle, but for me, I just like to make it a positive angle first. So I would take negative 135 and add 360 degrees to it. All right, this is just your process of finding a coterminal angle. And I see that's 225. So because these are coterminal, I can do everything I do with negative 135. I could also do a 225. So I'm just going to use 225 instead. And I know that is in quadrant 3 because it's between 180 and 270. Quadrant 3 we've seen before. Our reference angle is in black. The half circle is in blue. Together they make up that angle. So 180 plus my reference angle is 225. And if I subtract 225, or I'm subtracting 180 from both sides, again, my reference angle is 45 degrees. All right, so drawing these little pictures is really helpful, but the main thing I want you to see is that using your coterminal angles is going to make the process simpler because you can use always an angle between 0 and 360. All right, what about the angle 820? That's bigger than 360, so I can do my reference angle, or sorry, my coterminal angle thing of subtracting 360. So do 820 minus 360, I get 460. That's still too big, so I'm going to do it again. Get 100. And now I can draw 100. That's an angle that's smaller than 360. It's in quadrant 2. All right, so in quadrant 2, my reference angle is here. If I combine that with my actual angle, 100 degrees that I'm talking about, you see those together make 180 degrees. So 180 equals my reference angle plus 100. That means my reference angle is 80 degrees. All right, so it's just the process of finding your coterminal angle to make the angle between 0 and 360. So this is the first big step to know it's the same as 100 degrees. And then from there, just kind of drawing a picture and figuring out how can I make an equation using 3 different pieces to figure out what my reference angle is going to be. All right, so here's one for you to try on your own. Find the reference angle for negative 660 degrees. And I'll show you the answer in 3, 2, 1. All right, so hopefully the first thing you did was you added 360 to your angle twice to make it a positive angle between 0 and 360. All right, now that I know the angle is 60 degrees, it's in quadrant 1. And quadrant 1 is the best one because the reference angle is just the angle. So in this instance, the reference angle is 60 degrees. All right, so go ahead and practice finding your reference angles. Again, the first step is always using your coterminal angles to get an angle between 0 and 360. And just think about which of those 4 quadrants are you in and how can you make your little equation to find the reference angle.